Okay, alright, we are live, and yeah, let's just wait a little bit for a few people to come in, and then we'll introduce what we're going to be doing. But essentially,
Oh, we're gonna start
just
right
to
now.
yeah,
Right
yeah,
now.
essentially, guys, just to let you know, I've got a few questions. I've got like maybe 10 or something, but if there's super chat questions or chat questions, we can do that after. So most of the questions are actually to do with the Flash and Arrow, I guess because it's ended and people are like, what's going on?
Mm.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so welcome guys, welcome to the stream. So today we're doing the 4-channel crossover and we've got Pagey, say hi.
Hello.
And we've got Airricksreloaded, say hi.
Hi.
And we got BobaTalks.
Hey, what's poppin'?
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no. It starts.
Yeah, so welcome for everyone joining. So we're going to be talking about all the DCTV shows, so The Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, anything like that, whatever you want to talk about. So we've got some questions we're going to be going through, and then we will answer some of your chat questions. Remember, super chat questions are going to come first if we do get any of those, so that's the order it's going to go in. Yeah, should we start it then? Should we start?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question is to do with Arrow season 7. So, it's to do with the new castings. Do you think that Blue Beetle is actually going to be cast in the new season? And also, what was that other female casting? I don't know, but do you think Cheshire or was it Lady Shiva? Do you think one of those characters is going to come? So, what do you guys think?
Personally, I have absolutely no idea, but I would love for it to happen.
Yeah, I know. I think Pagey covered this
Which
on
one?
his channel.
Is that Blue Beetle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let Pagey take the helm with this one.
Do you think he's coming?
Oh yeah, with the Blue Beetle, like there's casting footage things that came out, and there's
Yeah,
one
yeah.
thing. There's one that for that Daniel Porter character, which is meant to be Blue Beetle, and there's one thing he says in that tape which makes me go, oh, well, it's Blue Beetle, and that's that he says he's invented like magnetic levitation, which makes me think of Blue Beetle's wings.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's, but then that's making me think, how the hell is Arrow going to make magnetic wings look good?
Mm.
You know, because they don't have the biggest budget, and Arrow has sometimes had issues with CGI. So is that going to look really bad, or have they found a way to make it really good? Look really good, sorry. So I'm still
Most people
tossing
were
up
kind of
whether it's a
happy
good
with
idea.
Ralph's CGI. Like, they weren't complaining too much. Surely
Yeah.
it's the similar budget, right? Or
Yeah, but then you can make the argument that the Flash didn't have to do too many like CGI battles this season, so they could really siphon off that budget to Ralph. But like, and then like the character that could be Lady Shiva or Cheshire. I looked at her footage tape and it looks like that she's almost going to be like the female version of Roy, which just makes me think, oh, well, it's
Yeah.
Mia Dearden from the comics. But then I'm like, well, didn't they make Mia Dearden Thea in the show? Like, and I'm sort of confused. But
yeah.
I don't know if they're just basically like, oh, we have to introduce characters, so we'll just do this. But I don't know, I have to wait and see. But if Blue Beetle or like Mia Dearden showed up, I'd be like, okay, that's pretty cool. At least it's not like original characters that like the people behind the show feel they need to make just for the sake of it. Like use the comic books. There's X amount of years of history there and characters to use. So I'd rather you do that than make another original character that no one really wants.
Yeah, it could end up like another new Team Arrow situation where we have to get used to new people all over again.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the next question. So, with all the casting calls coming out, I know Pagey just did a video on this, but for the Flash, do you think that Cicada or whoever this villainous person that we've been teased about in season 5 will be an alchemy type villain? Do you think he's gonna last the whole season? What do you think's going on? Any of you guys?
I was going to hand it over to Eric. I was waiting for Eric to jump in and go,
Eric.
I mean, I don't think so. The only reason why is because I just don't see that being a villain that could hold a consistent season, like a whole season. Plus, he sounds like, when you said the alchemy setup, it sounds to me like he is a character who could basically
make better villains than himself, and I think that's kind of what they're going to do with him. I mean, he just sounds like such an off-the-wall character. I think one of the things that Flash did with Zoom and Savitar, even though I thought it was ridiculous with Savitar, is they kind of took characters and put them together, like melded them together into one character that was kind of unique to the show. So I think they do better when they do characters like that instead of just trying to do something completely ripped from the comics. Because the Reverse Flash is a solid character, but every time they've tried to do something from the comics, like a villain of the week or something like that, and tried to make it comic book accurate, it always seems to come off just, I don't know, a little cheesy. So hopefully we get more of like an amalgam of the, you know, basically of other characters from the comics. That'd be kind of cool. But Cicada, I don't think is going to be a season-long villain. I hope not, anyway.
Do you guys agree? Pagey, do you agree?
Yeah. I'm basically under the same.
Yeah, so the only thing is, who could
Go,
be leading
Boba.
up to? I just don't know who could, if it is an alchemy type villain, who could be the overarching villain?
Yeah, but
Godspeed.
with
Don't.
you remember
Stop.
what's it? If he is Cicada in the comics, doesn't he resurrect his wife? Right, that's where he does.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not too familiar.
Yeah,
with
that's what
him.
I was thinking as
But
well.
that means he could
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as
resurrect
well, yeah,
someone
like,
from the
what's that?
past that we've seen, and that person could become the big bad. Don't you think? I think something like that would be
Savage.
good.
Yeah, or it could even be, you know how we're dealing with Killer Frost and the possibility of metahumans in the past.
Yeah,
Maybe one of them had died in the past. That's who he resurrects.
yeah, maybe.
It could be something
That's a
like
really
that.
interesting idea.
Okay.
So it could either, like,
yeah.
if there's two options, either it's someone we know, and if that's the case, I think everyone's just going, oh, Eddie Thorne, Cobalt Blue, or something like that. But if it is
The
like that
interesting
thing that
thing-
connects to Killer Frost in the past, and it could just be some random metahuman that we couldn't really predict.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing is, it's like, I swear they just didn't ever, I don't know if they've ever spoke about metahumans before the particle accelerator. Like, no, I feel like they acted as if people with powers were a new thing after, obviously, like, you know, you have other people technically out there in theory, like Superman, but that's a 38. But it's like, do you think this is kind of being forced in with the fact that there might be metahumans in the past? I mean, I know there was Caitlyn, but
The only thing that helps them in this argument is that guy that appeared on Arrow, that Deathbolt dude. You know, when like it was like back in
Rings a
season
bell.
3, and it was like Cyclops. Yeah, like
yeah, that dude. I remember that.
That's the one thing that helps him, because he wasn't in Central City when the particle accelerator went off, and there's no real history behind that character.
He got his powers
So they
from
can-
Green Light, from the Green Light stuff.
Nice.
Black Lightning.
So they can like use his past and just, if they want to, connect that to Killer Frost, unless they want to do something else with Killer Frost in her past. I think the Killer Frost story would be better if they did that whole her family created her. So I think it's typical CW, creates more tension and drama.
Well,
But for the greater universe, I think it would help if they connected it to Deathbolt and they could bring in more metahumans and villains.
well,
that way.
yeah. I was gonna say, don't you think it would be beneficial for the show to find a new source of metahumans? Because as it stands right now, there's nowhere else they could come from. If they follow this Killer Frost storyline and introduce metahumans outside of the particle accelerator, I think that's more beneficial to the show, because then we don't have to have an explainer every single season where these metahumans are coming from.
Yeah, I think that's why it's sort of like the whole Speed Force storm at the end of season 3 is still like, well, was there any consequence or ramifications from that, or just people just watch a cool thunderstorm? Is that a bit?
Well, I mean, it
like,
created
what-
Godspeed, right?
Oh, don't.
True.
Oh,
So-
god.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question is, will Batwoman tease Batman, and do you think that Bruce Wayne will ever appear in the Arrowverse, or do you think Batman will, or do you think he will never? So that's quite a big question.
I personally don't think Bruce Wayne will, but I think she will tease Bruce in some way or another, even if it is just as, you know, little as what Kara said about that vigilante or something like that, you know, that a cousin has dealt with before.
I reckon my prediction as to what their tease will be is the bat signal. I reckon they'll do the bat signal, and they'll be like, "Oh, you have your own signal. Oh, it's not for me." There'll be something like that. I reckon that's
Yeah.
what the tease will be.
Can we do like a hashtag unpopular opinion? Can I do that with the Batman thing? I kind of hope that we don't get Batman because of the fact that it's such a similar story to Green Arrow. So I kind of hope that Batwoman is the main Batman character because she's so different from anything else we have in the Arrowverse right now. I actually think it would be more beneficial for her to be the main Batman character in Gotham. I know that's like blasphemy to like the purist of Gotham and stuff like that. I get that. But I just think the Arrowverse does not gain anything from having two Batman characters between Green Arrow and Batman. I just think that it's a redundant story. And if they are trying to do a backdoor pilot, they can't have Batman running. I mean, look at how problematic it is to have Superman and Supergirl right now. I mean, why is he not helping her with Rain and stuff? I mean, there's a bunch of problems by introducing Batman in a scenario like this. So I kind of hope that he isn't really shown on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Okay, so now moving on to some Legends of Tomorrow and The Flash. Is Wally West still going to be on Legends, or is he going to be irrelevant on The Flash again, as the person worded it? What do you guys think?
Wally West being a regular on The Flash.
Or Legends next season? What do you think's happening?
Well, I think he's going to be on Legends next season for at least the opening of it.
Yeah.
Because I think the only thing, if he wasn't on a contract, I don't know if Keenan Lonsdale would come back because I'm pretty sure he'd want to focus on other things. But I think he'll go to Legends for at least the majority of the season, or at least a decent part of it. But if Wally was still going to be a character in the next couple of years, after that season of Legends, I wouldn't mind him coming back to the Flash and them actually hopefully cleaning up the Flash this season where Wally can slot in. Because I think the issue with Wally is that, you know, if there was ever going to be, like, in season 2 and 3, he could fit because they had storylines for him. But when it came to season 4, and, you know, it's a pretty basic storyline because it wasn't this big metahuman speedster. Basically, anything that, like, needed, like, an overpowered character or a speedster, Barry took it all, and Wally just stood there or got taken out. Even though he was only there for 3 episodes, you know, he was just basically that assistant that did like 10% of the work. And, you know, when he's on Legends, he just does more.
Yeah, I thought he fit well.
Yeah, so if he's going to come back to Flash, it's got to make sense for the 2 with Jay, but...
Yeah, all the time it just
stream
doesn't work, and this past season proved that.
The stream
just in season 3, like, that story was for Wally for most of the season. That's why he was like, it worked for the most part in season 3 because he was so heavily connected. But as soon as like after episode 15 or something, or 16 or whatever it was last season, Wally basically turned into what we had at the beginning of this season, where he was just there for the most part.
Yeah. Is Ben still here?
Yeah. Sorry, the stream just literally shut down for a sec because I don't know.
That's typical YouTube.
It's back,
Shouldn't be
it's
surprised.
Don't worry. Okay, so next question is regarding season 4 of The Flash. So a lot of people were divided on the season. So this guy asks, on a scale from 0 to 10, what would you rate the season, in your opinion?
Season 4
Yeah,
of Flash.
season 4. Yeah. Off the top of your head.
Like a 7, soft 7.5, something like that. Anywhere in between those two.
Yeah, Eric?
I'd personally give it like a 6. At a stretch, a 6.5.
Eric? What do you think?
I'm kind of in the same seat as Boba. I'm going to say it was slightly above average because it had some good episodes here and there, but as a total, I can't give it anything higher than like a 6.5.
Yeah, I'm going probably 5.5 to 6, somewhere between them.
Wow.
Pretty
Wow,
harsh.
okay.
Pretty harsh, but I
Okay,
got my reasons.
Ben, for reference, can we get a rating for Supergirl season 1? Can we get a rating for Supergirl season 1 for reference?
Like a 6 as well. I don't know.
Oh,
Something
okay.
like that.
Controversy in
Ben is
the
not
chat.
biased. He's not a Supergirl stan. People understand that.
Okay, so Next question.
Well, there was no caramel in season 1. So.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Did season 1 even exist? Did season 1 even exist?
Yeah, where's Maxwell
Yeah.
Lord?
Okay, so what do you think the Flash will do for
post in the
its...
community tab.
No, it didn't.
Is Ben here? Did he leave?
Yeah, I'm
I think
here.
there's quite a bit of lag going on. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me,
Okay, what do you think?
especially with YouTube.
What do you think the Flash will do for its season
Hello?
5? Oh, hello.
Someone says, do I have my mic muted?
Oh, guys.
Well, no, it's because they're probably lagging right now.
Shit.
Yeah, because Ben's not even talking in the chat.
Guys, the live stream is
I
actually
think Ben has
breaking
dodgy
down
internet
one sec.
anyway. I've tuned into a few of his streams and there's been lag.
Guys, one sec.
I think his
Fixing
parents
the
turned it
audio.
off for the night.
I'm just fixing the audio, guys. Hold on.
Ben, go to bed. So somebody's saying no, it's fine. Wait, are we still going?
Guys, you
Yeah,
can
maybe
actually
his
hear
mic
them,
isn't
but they
working.
can't hear me on Discord right
Well,
now.
he's not
I'm
typing
just
in the
trying
chat,
to.
though.
I'm trying to fix out
That's true.
me talking to them on
Can you
Discord.
still, wait, can you still
Hold
Wait,
on.
hear us?
Wait, let me.
Yeah, they can hear you.
No, wait, no, yeah, it's still working.
They
it's still
can
working.
still hear me.
Wow.
But I'm trying to fix my Discord. My Discord is breaking
Well,
down.
Well,
I still
hello,
feel like-
guys.
Hey, it's funny that you said you were
Hello?
muted, but you
Hello?
weren't.
Oh shit,
That's so funny.
guys! My Discord
Is
is
Ben
breaking
here?
down
For
right
those
now.
of you who don't know this voice is Boba. For those who are saying I'm muted.
Hold on.
Is Ben alive?
I'm clearly the only person who has an American accent, if you can call it that. So,
I'm trying to fix my Discord, guys.
all right. So anyway,
Ben's talking on the stream, but I can't hear him in the Discord.
seriously,
Ben is saying his Discord is broken. I mean, you could just
Okay,
try
so-
reboot it until it works.
Yeah, I'd close
Keep
it
on
and just
talking.
wonder what the
Keep on
next question
talking.
was.
You guys keep on
This
talking.
is gonna be awkward.
I find it funny.
it is kind of funny actually.
Discord. Right. Sorry for this, guys. My internet is fucking up real bad. I know you can hear me, but they can't hear me on Discord. Hold on. I need to rejoin. One sec. I'm really, really sorry for this.
Wait.
Hello? Ah, we
Yeah,
fixed
There
okay.
he
it.
goes. There's
My Discord
He's
is
returned!
broken. They could hear you.
Cicada
I could talk to
resurrected
the
him.
chat. I could hear you. The chat could hear you, and they could hear
Ben,
me as well.
We were afraid that your mother turned off your internet.
I know,
We
I
were
heard
afraid
you.
That's what happened.
God damn. It's all... We know who it is. Okay, alright, let's get back onto this. I'm really sorry, guys. So the question was, what do you think The Flash will do for its 100th episode? Do you think it's going to be, like, something really special, or do you think it's going to be, like, sort of like Arrow's episode? What do you think? That was the guy's question.
It's gonna be West Island related, and they'll probably have a night out on the town, just the two of them. And they'll do a mock wedding since they didn't really get a real one during the crossover. And then at the Godspeed will show up. And that's what the 100th episode's gonna be.
Jesus Christ.
I
Well, the thing is that it's meant to be in the crossover, so
yeah, that's
I
true.
don't know what they're gonna do. Like, it's gonna be the last episode of the crossover, if it's like from previous years. So due to that, I don't know if they're gonna really do much.
Yeah,
They might just have something where the Flash does it, or he's like the main person that stops whatever it is.
Yeah.
But then they said that the crossover is meant to be more grounded this year, so that maybe the villain isn't some overpowered thing. So I don't know what they're gonna do, unless they make it that the crossovers are like episode 7 this year.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I can think of.
Isn't the crossover supposed to like deal with Gotham and Batwoman? So maybe
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it's meant to be very Arrow related.
Yeah.
It's meant to like Arrow's the whole connective tissue there. While I don't know, last season it was none of them, was like all of them together, I guess. But yeah, so it's meant to be very Arrow related, and they're like the reason it all comes together. But then again, that's my
Ooh.
alarm going off from when I was meant to actually wake up before. But yeah, like I don't know what they're gonna do with Flash, as I said, unless it's episode 7 for the crossovers.
Yeah.
Are people talking about my Iris West video? Because they're saying a video about Iris Lee.
Yeah, they're saying that you're the head of the West Island Hate Brigade.
Yeah.
So I
She's-
dodged a bullet, obviously.
Yeah, in the
I hope-
interview,
I
she
hope
said
Godspeed
she may be
isn't.
leaving Team Flash to do more stuff as a
She's not
journalist.
leaving the show.
Right.
You're gonna have a load of people.
Actually
come to
says
you,
Team Flash in the title of the video, matter of fact.
but it says leaving
So
as
Phoenix
well.
has a burning question. I'm so excited. We're talking about Godspeed.
Ooh. All right.
I just don't get what it is about that effing character, man.
I would like to see him, but he's kind of memed up right now, isn't he?
It's like
I like.
there's
him in
not
the
much
comic books.
there. I mean, maybe there's a bit of stuff now, like because there's been quite, a bit
At this
of
rate,
rebirth.
he'll never live up to the hype that's been built around him. It'll never
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
People will be disappointed no matter what. Yeah.
It's just frustrating because it's like, how did that guy become such a big thing?
He's got he's suit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think maybe
s-
it's just because it was the latest speedster with the latest reboot kind of thing. Not really a reboot, you know what I mean?
Oh, shots fired. Mark Hayden says Godspeed sucks.
Oh, no way.
And is triggered.
No way. All right.
What is going on?
I'm so confused.
Okay. Let's jump to the next question. I'm trying to.
I was about to call an ambulance. Just sorry, man. I thought you'd passed away.
No, my internet's just being absolute shit right now. So,
Understood.
okay, so this is another sort of Batwoman question. Would you rather Batwoman be on Earth 38 or Earth 1 or on a different Earth? What's your guys' opinion?
Oh, I want Earth 1. I hate how everything is on different Earths anyway, because, Superman, they were meant to be in one planet. I know there's different Earth, versions of the multiverse, but because of stupid rights and everything like that and different timings of different shows, and that's probably the only reason. Do you reckon that's the only reason why the Earth 38 thing exists, and that's how they wrap their way around it, and now the interdimensional extrapolator BS? So, I don't know, I kind of want it to be on F1.
Yeah.
So I would rather all of them to be on F1.
Well, based on those things that, like I was saying, Arrow's meant to be like really connective to this crossover. You'd have to think Batwoman's on Earth 1, but
Yeah.
that does bring up the whole argument about the multiverse. Like, if Supergirl wasn't on, what was it, CBS? Was it CBS was on?
Yeah,
Or something
yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
If it was always originally going to be on CW, would they have just made it that it was
Yeah.
she was on Earth 1 as well? And they
That's
just would
what
have
I keep thinking.
incorporated Superman in there. Hmm.
Mm.
And maybe with that tiny little Bruce Wayne tease, I know that doesn't really connect to anything with what Oliver said, but maybe it could in a tiny, teeny way with, Batwoman being, Gotham City and all that. So,
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be really cool if they introduced Bruce Wayne and at the beginning when he's first introduced, we think that he's going to be like the Batman character, and then it ends up being like a switch around and it's Batwoman. You know what I mean? Like they lead up to it teasing us, and then it ends up being her instead. I think that would be pretty funny. Very
he
CW.
goes off to do something else.
Right, exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm really sorry for everyone experiencing lag. My internet's been terrible, but I guess I don't know, we're gonna have to deal with it, Okay, so next question. Let's go through these questions. We've talked about that. Do you think that there will be anyone else moving to Legends this season? Like, a person says they think Laurel could be moving to Legends. What do you think? Do you think anyone else is going to be there apart from Constantine?
I don't know. Probably not. I can't see Laurel going. They'll obviously keep her an Arrow because there's still
Yeah,
more to her story
I
that they
think
haven't
so.
done yet.
But
Yeah, I
anyone
agree.
else?
I know that
But Legends normally
You know what?
introduces or let somebody leave at some point, and somebody steps in, like several episodes in or 4 episodes in.
Oh,
but-
it'd be a big meme if they just because they're meant to be doing like fairy tales and stuff. They had just like the 3 little pigs join the Legends or something.
Oh
like,
my god!
Imagine the CGI.
But Legends could do it though. I mean, if any show is going to do that, it would be Legends.
Oh, Riding Hood or the Big
I
Bad
would say
Wolf.
if anybody from any other show is going to Legends, like it would have to be someone like, Dinah Drake or Mr. Terrific. Those would be the kind of characters that would go over there, not Laurel. Laurel would not
Sure
go.
you wouldn't want Hoss over there just all the time?
No, would not want him. Well, he uses guns and stuff. I don't think they ever put a character on that show that exclusively uses guns, I don't think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just don't
true.
know. That wouldn't fit anyway. God, could you imagine that? I
But
felt
Curtis
that.
would. Mr. Terrific, I think, would be perfect on the way to run.
Yeah, I agree with that. But Renee and anyone else, I just think.
I mean, I feel like Dinah could as well, but she's got her police stuff going on in Star City, so. Plus,
I suppose
I think they want to build up her friendship with Laurel now, considering what we saw in the finale.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Praise
So,
Weaver.
all right. Last few questions. What are your actual thoughts on the Titans live-action TV show? And did you hear that Cyborg is going to be appearing in the Doom Patrol series? What's your opinions on all of that?
Well, I'm 70% excited, but yeah, like 30% comprehensive. But
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bit of concern going into it sometimes. Like I'm like, okay. Robin, the other characters look pretty shit apart from Robin. Or Nightwing.
I thought
So
Hawk
that's
and
the
Dove
only
looked
thing
pretty
I'm
decent.
dodgy about.
yeah, I thought their costumes looked pretty
Yeah,
good.
I'm not too sure. But I'm not too sure how much they're going to feature.
True, true.
Are they just, what are they? Are they going to be like consultants to the Titans or something? Or?
Maybe.
Yeah, because
like
they're
they're gonna be, like,
they're
teachers?
not teens. They're adults. So
Maybe they're gonna
Yeah,
be
so
like
they're going to be like
you
teachers almost.
like Young Justice. They're gonna be the Justice
That's what I
League
was
to
gonna say,
our
yeah.
Teen Titans, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit concerned because I don't understand why Cyborg is on Doom Patrol
but not
when he
Titans.
should be on the Titan show. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
No idea.
Maybe he's gonna
Mate,
be
the
leader or
interesting
something.
thing is going to be what the hell his suit looks like on this Doom Patrol. Are they going to go
God.
on Smallville with it? If anyone
Oh,
hasn't
God.
seen Smallville,
My
type in
prediction
Smallville
is
Cyborg.
my prediction is they'll show him in the like cybernetic like CGI suit, and then he'll be like, "Oh, but I can pretend to look human." Like
yeah.
98%
Like
of the
Martian
time.
Manhunter or something along
Yep,
those lines.
exactly like that.
Yeah.
What season was Cyborg in Smallville? Because I don't remember this, and holy
Oh, it's towards
shit,
the
that
end.
looks bad.
He's in the Doomsday season, so that's season 7, I think.
I think that's.
I need
when
to look it
stopped
up. I don't
Type in
remember.
Smallville Cyborg. It's not a good look.
Is he just wearing actually?
I feel like-
a Kevlar suit.
What the fuck is that? It looks like someone out of like Doctor Who. Like, I don't know. Alright. Some weird costume right there. So what are your okay, so this is sort of like a season 4 Flash question. What are your thoughts on DeVoe? And that's about it, yeah. So what do you think of him? Did you like him the entire season? You know, what were you feeling?
I literally just did a video on it.
Yeah, I know,
I
but
honestly
tell the
think he was good, but I thought there was not much wrong with him at all, and I thought he was good. But everything else in the season, not everything else, obviously, but there was a lot of failings in the season. Not saying that everything failed, but several aspects that unfortunately let down the first non-speedster villain, which I think a lot of people were, not everyone, but a lot of people were saying, oh yeah, but also the villain was completely shit, where I feel like if you even swapped it around with next season's non-speedster villain, the exact same thing would happen, and the Thinker would be good next season if season 5's everything else, tone, comedy, everything else was better. You know, more like season 1 and 2 and not almost over dramatic and forced. I don't know how else to explain
Like
that.
the thing with DeVoe is that the only time I was like, oh, this character isn't really doing much is when it was like that middle period when it wasn't Neil Sandilands.
Yeah.
And, like they kept going
Yeah.
through, like Hazard was the Thinker, and then Izzy was the Thinker. I was like, okay, well, this isn't that interesting, because I think it mainly comes down there wasn't much going on with that character during that period, because that was really when it was like when it was like Enter Flash time. Iris was a speed star,
Yeah.
and there was like the Ralph episode, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
like,
definitely
Raph
think that
stepped
was
up and
maybe a
stuff.
mistake to do that, to do the body
I think it was
swap.
just
I think maybe they could have done it once, but and then brought him back maybe an episode later.
Yeah,
But like, I don't know.
You know, I'm sort of
bodies for the
on the
sake of
same
it.
lines. Yeah, I actually really did like him at the end of the season. So those last episodes, I was like really into his character, and then at the start he was pretty good. I didn't find him too intriguing, but then when he changed into those other people, I was just like, this is, this feels like a one episode, 2 episode thing, and they dragged it on too
It's just
far.
when Neil was back, and
Yeah, it was so nice
and
seeing
that
him.
that hallway scene and everything like
Oh
that
my
was
God.
just so cool.
That
I really liked all
I
that
think
kind
that
of
is
stuff.
my favorite fight of the season. I think,
Yeah, it was brilliant.
but that was really
You know,
Yeah.
I think what happened with DeVoe in season 4 of The Flash goes to show why Mystique in the X-Men movies doesn't use her power very often. It's because people get you get used to a certain actor playing a part, and they do a really good job at it. And then when you start switching it around, it's very confusing. And all the other actors were basically copying what Neil did at the beginning of the season, to the point where it just felt like they were just caricatures of that character. I think Neil was brilliant as the Thinker. At the beginning of the season, I was totally sold on his character, and it was the one thing that I was really enjoying, which is what I think kind of ruined the middle of the season for me, because when he left, it was like there was nothing keeping me engaged, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the tone and everything else that we had to put up with.
Okay, so we're gonna answer this super chat question. Thank you, Amethyst. If Melissa ever leaves Supergirl, do you think that they will introduce Earth One Supergirl? So they're talking about Power Girl, basically. That's what she is in the comics. Do you guys think that would happen, or or do you ever think they will introduce Power
Maybe.
Girl? You can just put that as the question.
Probably not. If I had to say yes or no, so I'd probably say no.
Yeah,
But
that's
if
what
they
I would
did,
say.
it'd be interesting to see how they would explain that.
Yeah, I don't think they would ever introduce that, because they've had, all the superheroes and stuff. The best explanation would be, oh, she's only just landed on Earth or something like that. But
Yeah, that's what I think.
I don't think it will happen.
I think if they did introduce Power Girl, it would be like for a particular story arc, and then we wouldn't see her again after that.
Yeah. Okay. So the last question is, what has been your favorite villain of DCTV this season? So we've got Supergirl, we've got Rain, The Flash, we had DeVoe, Arrow, we had Richard Dragon, and not Richard Dragon, Ricardo Diaz. What am I talking about? Legends, we have Malice. Who's your favorite this season? Or
I want to say
Yeah.
Richard Dragon, but I just feel like as much as I enjoyed him, even though they wanted to save the best till last, as much as I really liked him, I felt like there wasn't enough of him. I feel like they should have actually introduced him a teeny bit earlier, and just for that reason, I think. Also, because I really enjoyed DeVoe, despite a lot of the off-putting things of the Flash, I would have to land it on DeVoe. But it's a really close choice between Dragon, because I mean, come on, Caden James for like 3/4 of season 4
Yeah.
was just a big problem as well. So, and as for Malice, that's great, but okay, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just
Legends
taken
is never
seriously.
really about the villain.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The villain's just the cause of things, and the show's about the legends.
Exactly.
Is there a
And as for
value to-
Supergirl, I don't watch Supergirl at the minute, so
Yeah.
I
What's
couldn't comment
yours,
on that.
Pagey or Eric?
I think
Oh, wait, okay.
I'll go ahead. I mean, I kind of feel like all of them were about the same. I think Rain, to me, is the most interesting villain this season. Other than a couple of stumbles in the middle of the season, like anytime that character's on screen, I'm totally committed to
Yeah.
watching it to see what she's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I did like Malice, but Malice, again, like Pagey was saying, it's more of like it's about the characters, not the villain. DeVoe was good, but he was not in the season as long as I guess I'd want him to be. And Richard Dragon didn't really start to form for me until the end of the season. It was mostly like Caden
Yeah.
James. So I have to say, for me, and Tobias Whale, somebody was talking about Black Lightning. I really enjoyed him as well.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I really think the strongest villain has been Rain, particularly in the first half of Supergirl season 3.
Pagey?
Just to keep it simple, I'll probably say I want to say Ricardo Diaz, but similar to Boba, like it was just obviously this season was part one of his story, and the next
Yeah.
season, the first half, will most likely be part two. So it's just all set up for whatever they want to do next season. So due to that, I'd probably say if it was the first half, I probably would have said Rain as well.
Mm.
But I haven't watched the past 2 episodes of Supergirl.
Yeah.
Don't kill me, Ben.
That's fine.
So I'd probably just say DeVoe because I think his whole story was, I found the most interesting.
Yeah.
But I do think that whenever Rain was on screen on Supergirl, she was, as I think Eric was saying, most interesting because you were just waiting for her scenes to show up in the episode.
Yeah.
While for the Flash, you're fine with whatever showed up for the most part.
Yeah, I would say the same with Eric. I think Rain's definitely my favorite. But then, I like I said, I like DeVoe. I liked him in the last 5 episodes or so, but I just wasn't convinced with him the whole season. And Ricardo Diaz, like you guys said, I liked him at the end. I don't think his plan, it kind of went a bit weird. Like he was just killing, and it went against everything he wanted to do. So I wouldn't say he was the best. I really liked him. But yeah, with Malice again, not really about him in the overall the overall scheme of things. So yeah. Okay, so we can answer some chat questions now. That is basically it for my questions. So if you have any chat questions, be sure to put them in the chat. I'm gonna scroll up and get a few.
I think we had a super chat.
Yeah, we answered that. We answered that. That was the Power Girl.
That was about the Power Girl. That was the Power Girl.
Okay.
One.
I didn't see what the question was. I figured we were saving this to the end.
Can you start paying attention, Eric?
I know. What the hell?
Everyone's asking about the crossover. What do you think? Do you think what do you think is gonna happen, basically? So I know we briefly touched upon it, like Gotham and stuff like that.
What do I think is gonna happen?
Yeah, roughly.
Well, I don't know. It's obviously if it's going to be grounded, then it's going to be something grounded that's big enough to bring people together and bring Supergirl over from Earth 38.
And be able
if we
to put up
believe that this is on Earth 1, which you have to think it is, based off what's being said.
What I'm curious about, though, is what could be big enough in Gotham to warrant all these other heroes with powers coming to help Batwoman? That's my question.
Yeah.
Do you think Batman's going to get killed? Is he going to get murdered and Batwoman's going to say, we need your help to come and blah, 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 blah?
Oh, that'd trigger people. That'd actually annoy a lot of people, especially people that hate the Arrow show.
Praise Bebo.
Bebo's the villain of Legends next season. That's what's happening.
Bebo? Oh, that'd be a turn.
Villain of Legends? Aren't we fighting the fairy tales? Isn't that what it is?
Or wasn't that just a theory, Pagey? But there was a description that said things from the fairy tales, myths.
Beings from fairy tales, myths, and legends. So that can be obviously fairy tales. I think we all know fairy tales. And then legends are like Atlantis and El Dorado and King Arthur's a legend as well, and stuff like that.
Haven't we?
And Godspeed.
Yeah, they've done Camelot. That's the thing that
And Godspeed.
They could go back to Camelot. Yeah.
I don't think they do either. And then there's Green Arrow and stuff. Oh, not Green Arrow, so Robin Hood. Jesus Christ. Robin Hood.
Well, Etrigan
Robin
did
Hood
Beyond
crossover.
Legends.
I would like that.
They did I swear
Pretty
they
cool.
teased a scene, a really quick scene before the wedding with Mick as Little John, and I swear they were the thieves, outlaws.
Yeah, they did.
I don't know.
They I don't know what they were doing, but then also back in season 1 of Legends, Vandal Savage says he learnt how to tolerate pain, I think it was, from Robin Hood. It was a quick
So maybe he
1 minute
isn't
thing.
too much of
they,
yeah. Maybe he's real.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what they do. Hopefully they just go full
Crazy.
it's fairy tale, because that'd be just so stupid, but be so Legends as well. Just
Peter Pan.
just.
I mean, didn't we kind of touch
Peter
on that with the whole King Arthur episode? I mean, that's kind of what that was
Yeah.
about, really.
But we could return to
because
that.
that's not historically accurate. that's just them pulling something out of their ass, really, because it's not real, or it's believed to not be real. It's a myth or a legend. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they do there.
Okay.
There's a heaps of stuff they could do as well.
Yeah. We've got a super chat question, and it's from Jaden. Thank you, Jaden. Do you think Reverse Flash will come back next season on the Flash? What do you guys think?
Yes. I think
Yes.
Nora
In
Allen
what
is the
way?
Reverse Flash.
Is hashtag confirmed?
Well, I mean, he said, "What face are you going to be wearing next time? Why not wear the face of their daughter?"
Ooh. Hashtag confirmed.
Or
Confirmed.
yeah, that's basically it. Or Reverse Flash is Batwoman. There's a couple of options they could go with, and that's a whole range.
Or Reverse Flash is Godspeed, which I think is probably the best one.
I think that's too far, Eric. I think you've taken it way too far with that one. Just gonna be honest.
Iris is the Reverse Flash.
Oh, triggered.
And that is how she's going to be even more prominent next season.
Wait.
West Allen is BobaTalks is Twitter. I think it's just BobaTalks, so you can attack him over there.
Pagey, where's that West Allen tribute video at? People asking. Come on. I voted for that in your poll. I voted for that. Come on.
It's in the works. There's a lot of
in the works.
a lot of work. I'm trying to match your caramel video.
Yeah,
Ben,
yeah.
That caramel music video, but I just can't match it at the moment.
All right.
Mikhail has
We'll
a
wait
great
for
question.
it. Don't
Where's Jeremiah Danvers?
What do you
Good
think?
question.
The plot hole.
Jay chilling
You know,
in
the reason
what's Mick's favorite
Yeah.
place?
I think the main reason why they're not bringing him back, because if you've seen the actor in real life, Dean Cain, he's a Trump supporter and he's like very far right, like from compared to a lot of celebrities, and I think they don't want that reputation on the show. So that's my guess.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
No, he is. That's my guess.
It's
That's
totally
interesting.
it's totally against like everything the writers on that show.
Yeah,
are
exactly.
about,
That's
so
what I was saying. When I
probably-
found out, I was like, "What the shit." So I think that's the
funny.
reason why they just avoided. All right. Next question.
He probably said, "If I come back with a storyline, it has to be based on my political beliefs, or I'm not coming back." And they were like, "Okay, goodbye."
Bye.
I don't get why actors get that freaking cocky.
Mm.
Oh my God, Weather Girl Fan Flash says Godspeed is overrated.
You can't say that.
Can't say that. Come
You
on.
can't.
It's blasphemous.
Thing is, I'm actually genuinely worried that people aren't picking up our sarcasm, and people might actually be. That's a genuine concern of mine. I'm not saying the audience are idiots at all, but like people love Godspeed for some reason. So
Godspeed. Godspeed is hashtag Godspeed confirmed for villain of season 5. He actually died in the Speed Force storm and will be resurrected by Cicada. Confirmed. That's what's happening.
that would actually be really cool. Somebody said, maybe a brief appearance by Wells Abard in the 100th episode of The Flash somehow. Like,
I don't think Mark heard us when we talked about Etrigan. It was like really briefly. I think it would be really cool to have him on the show, to be honest.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I really do like the character. They just need to CGI him well, because they could do his human side, but then his other side has to look cool, I think.
They could just make him a hand puppet. That would be okay.
That would be really sick. That would be funny.
You got a super chat with a question.
There's no question in that.
So Ben's looking for the question because
There's no question.
I said there's a super chat with the question. He got really quiet.
Yeah. Okay.
Manchester Black.
That's what's rumored for. What's it called? Season 4 of Supergirl. Probably might happen.
more importantly, do you think the Thinker is alive
Do you think the Thinker
in
is alive?
some form or another?
His AI
yeah.
form that got ripped out.
I still think it was just so dumb that I just have to believe that he's in a Wi-Fi box somewhere, anywhere in the world.
I'm just
You know what I
disappointed
mean?
at least spend like 5 to 10 minutes of him being AI.
And then stupid
Man-
freaking Team Flash invite Marlies to like hang out. And
Yeah,
say-
that
that
was
was
weird.
stupid.
I was
Even
like,
though she was good in the end.
I was
it's
like,
like-
what the?
Do you not forget that she was
Bro,
willing to F
she
over
stabbed
everybody?
Iris and everything. Or apparently.
And like
Iris
completely
stabbed
tried to
herself.
F over Barry and Core, like made herself
Allegedly.
cry in tears, like testify. I just can't stand that stuff.
Well, I mean, it's just like when Killer Frost joined the team at the beginning of the season, as if she didn't do all that stuff in season 3. It was pretty
Yeah,
funny.
that was a little weird.
It's just I can't get over stuff like that this season. Before I get into a rant, I'm just gonna shut up.
Little weird.
Mr. Arrowverse asked me what my problem with him was, and then he never. When I asked him what that was, he never responded. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't even know him.
Do we got a problem?
He left, I guess.
All right.
I got a problem, I guess.
Let's look for some questions.
What do you think about
Lego
Superheroes?
Pete 3 has a statement there. I'm not going to repeat it.
Oh, Amethyst has sent another question.
Thank you,
on
Amethyst.
Super Chat.
Do you think that they will bring the Legionnaires back next season, and will Allura stay? Any of you got an answer for that? Any theories?
I don't know.
actually had wished that the Legionnaires was a backdoor pilot for a series, and then they could bring Nora Allen over and make her XS, and then that would be a cool little show.
Pretty cool.
As far as Allura goes, I don't think she's going to stay because I actually think Argo City is going to get destroyed. But that's just my
that's
opinion.
what I was thinking as well. Yeah. I don't
Someone
know.
just said, "Shut up, Ben. Season 4 was better than season 3." The thing is, I actually enjoyed season 3 more.
Same,
Unpopular opinion.
by far. By far,
I
in my
mean,
opinion.
I'm not.
In my opinion.
I'm not saying like season 3 wasn't shit in so
Yeah.
many areas for all the obvious reasons that I don't have to go over right now. But I remember watching it week to week, and I was generally more happy
Yeah, same.
with it, despite what I just said.
The thing that killed it for season 3 was those last couple of episodes. Like, it just felt
Yep, I agree.
over
But,
the
but
joint.
come on, like the thing that killed it for season 4 was just all the goddamn everything else, and
everything just makes sense when it comes. For the most part, makes sense and just be clean towards the end, and just be Savitar mess and just like, and what do you call it? So anticlimactic. Like, why build up this massive moment and then just do the most typical terrible
Season
TV
3
thing to
had
do?
so many unanswered questions at the end. So many.
I just
Yeah,
don't think I
philosophy.
can stand Cecile's
Is anyone-
surfer impression again and stuff like that.
Is anyone still thinking about the Philosopher's Stone, or has everyone just avoided that?
Is
mic?
anybody still wondering where that costume came from, where the suit came from? I mean, no explanation
true.
for that whatsoever.
The white lightning, like when normal Barry just had the normal lightning when he was out of the suit. Well, Savitar
Right.
Barry had the normal lightning when he was out of the suit.
Like, where did that suit? Like, that's my thing. Is where did that
Speed
suit even
suit.
come from?
Speed Force suit.
Savitar suit. Oh, I thought you were asking. Yeah, I don't know. There's like, what's that? There's a stone
I know
suit.
what you mean, but like I just can't get over it. Yeah, as I said, like slipping over marbles, Cecile's surfer impression.
Yeah, I
everything.
agree.
That
It's just
is the
things like
worst
that.
scene in
Even
the
it just
entire
trumps-
series. Like, hands down, that's shit.
Ben,
What the surfer dude
Yeah,
impression?
hands
yeah,
down.
that was
Yeah,
pretty bad.
Hands down.
Well, apart from with that, I thought it was funny because the guy that played that surfer dude is like a regular on iZombie, and I was like, I know that dude from somewhere. He's like, oh, it's from iZombie.
Oh my God.
So they must
was
have gone,
not
oh, you're on
his fault.
set? Can you play
I
the
actually
surfer
think Amunet is more cringy than anything else.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the accent for
Oh god.
And loves
Don't
Amy
get
then.
me started. Don't get me started.
Ben. What do you think of her accent? Does it sound very
It's
authentic? to you?
absolutely dog shit. I showed
I
it
get
to
what
my
they were
mum,
going
and I
for,
showed
though.
it to like people in my family, and they all just like died. It's just
I
so
get what they were
bad.
going for though. You know, like the 101 Dalmatians kind of lady, like that evil. I can't
They're
remember
going for
her
a
name.
Roller
But
Dick
the
she was
Van.
like a.
They're going for a Dick Van Dyke. That's how bad he's talking. She's talking.
I can tell you. I think I talked to Eric about this. She sounds like when I was younger. One of my friends, like he was English, but he was like he was born in England, and like moved to Australia when he was like 1. But his mum was obviously English,
Mm.
Yeah.
and I mean, it sounded like her a bit.
Like
so it's
a
almost like
half
an
accent.
English person that moved to Australia and had been living here for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And you know how your accent sort of changes. She sort
Yeah,
of
like a
changed
mixed
kind of
accent.
like
But the
that.
thing is, with her
But
pardon me. With her accent, what's it called? It's just flip flopping between posh, between northern, and there's nothing to do with like London or anything in that accent. It's literally like flip flopping between trying to be posh and northern. So weird.
I don't know why, but I definitely don't hate her as much as you guys. I don't know. I don't know
I
what it is.
didn't
Maybe I
mind
just
that.
really like Casey Sackhoff a lot. I know you guys do as well, but I just didn't.
Yeah, I didn't.
I
Mind
didn't
it.
find it as annoying.
I thought just if she was in more episodes, you might have get tired of the character. But she showed up like once every. She was in like 4 episodes or
I
something.
don't need to
So I
see
thought
him
it was
again.
fine.
I don't need to see her
Hey
again.
Ben, there's a question from Lewis in the chat. You might want to read that one.
Lewis.
also.
I don't know, I'll catch up soon. I need to quickly answer Amethyst's question because I didn't get to answer and she's asking. Do I think the Legionnaires will come back? I do think they will come back because they were pretty big this season. And Allura, she will stay until the end of the season. Then I've got a feeling she'll go off somewhere. Okay, so moving on to Adam's question. Thank you, Adam. Which joke from The Flash was the worst? The fart joke or Cecile doing the surfer talk? What's your guys' opinion
What was
on
the
that?
fart joke? I can't remember that.
Ralph.
The one where he was the
one
whoopee cushion
Whoopee cushion.
episode with Ralph.
That was retarded.
was fine.
But it wasn't as bad as the surfer dude.
I thought the whoopee cushion thing was good because it left like a reminder of what Ralph was. Because remember, after Ralph dies, Cisco finds the whoopee cushion, and even though it shouldn't be like, oh, that's sort of sad. It is sort of sad because Cisco's like reminiscing over, oh, we had such a go over this, but
Oh, no,
it's
I
such a little
thought-
thing.
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about, doesn't he actually
was a
do
big-
that in the episode or something? He actually puts it
No,
under someone.
when he said,
Was that it?
yeah, it's when like it was like Barry. It was when Barry was being really sensitive and being like, oh, we shouldn't be joking about all of this and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Oh
And
my god.
I don't know. I think Harry sits on the whoopee cushion.
Yeah.
I think it's Harry that sits on it.
Oh, do you remember the...
I think
Oh,
Cecile was
God.
worse.
Look, yeah, someone
Cecile
just
was
pointed out
so
that.
bad.
No, that was that this season?
What?
The Iris and the funeral. That was the worst.
Yeah,
joke.
that was like episode 3. Yeah,
God,
it
that-
was the season.
That was easily
Oh
the
my
worst joke.
god.
Wait,
Nothing
was,
will ever beat that. I
wait,
think
was
anything
that
on
the
the show will beat
therapy
that.
scene?
No, that's just literally scuff past a guy getting dragged out of a church, like in his freaking coffin, and
Yeah,
Say our
that was
vows now,
fucking
Barry.
weird.
And then she moves the picture, I think, in the front of the
Yeah,
of the
it's
church
just
or
like-
whatever.
Like, what the...
what kind of writing is that? Like, I get what they're going for in a way, but it's completely. It's just so overwhelming. I'm dumbfounded with stuff like that. I can't
Yeah.
believe it.
And...
Obviously,
Makes
that
me-
was
oh,
like
God.
the thing in the opening half. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the tie-in was the person that was killed was murdered by Godspeed, so it's sort of like tied in together.
yeah, it is true. Or that was Godspeed, and he's going to be risen from the grave. It's
By-
one of
By
the-
Cicada.
No, Cicada
Yeah, by
next
Cicada.
season.
yeah, by Cicada next season.
The
Look-
therapist is going to be the next villain, confirmed.
Oh,
Oh
she,
my!
she was the biggest villain of season 4.
Thing is, I remember her from Malcolm in the Middle. That's the funny thing. Like, I don't know if she's been in anything else, but
Ben is
No.
11 3/4.
No, you got it wrong. It's 10. Wait, isn't
we're
it
going
10?
to his 12th birthday party next week.
it's either 9 or 11.
Yeah.
We sort of fluctuate between the two.
Alright, we'll have to reconsolidate.
It depends
how
on what
old I
kind
am.
of shirt you're wearing, Ben.
Yeah.
Is Gotham on Earth 38? I don't know if it is or not, but it would make sense.
Gotham's on Earth Fox, wherever that is.
Yeah.
It's like it's modern day, but we use
Gotham is just so freaking. In terms of like, it's the time is really like trippy that they have like flip phones, but then Bruce has like a, what wasn't it, like
Modern
a
day.
Mustang or something? Like
it's a
supercar?
Lamborghini, wasn't it?
I can't remember, but
I don't know.
Yeah,
But I'm
It's like a
making my
modern day
video
Lamborghini.
really weird.
about 5 reasons why Felicity should be Batwoman, so get ready for that video.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Wait, what'd you say?
Ready for
I'm
it?
making a video 5 reasons why Felicity should be Batwoman.
Hashtag bring back Legends Felicity Hero.
Jesus Christ, mate. You're going to have some
Super chat.
comments on that. Thank you, Doug. And Doug says, do any of you watch Stranger Things? My answer is no.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Ooh.
I would
I
love
like-
to cover more of that stuff as well.
It's a little bit too mature for Ben, but I've watched it. Yeah, I've
Oh,
watched
yeah.
this season.
I'm
so
not
it's pretty
allowed.
good.
It's 15 plus.
Parental controls on Netflix.
Yeah.
I actually love Stranger Things. It's one of my favorite shows, actually.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome, that show.
But the way Netflix releases their shows, it's really hard to review it. If it was week by week, I'd probably review it.
I don't know. Ben is 17 though, for people who are asking.
Fake news. That's fake news.
Yes, he's actually 17. That's
Oh,
true.
yeah. Sure. Fake news. Okay.
Spoiled.
Doomsday?
Can Doomsday appear in
No.
the future, like in
No.
the 4-way crossover?
We've got it on Krypton.
The thing is, if
We got on Krypton.
yeah,
So.
there's so much Doomsday. I feel like I'm kind of bored of Doomsday in a way.
Same with
I just feel
me.
like, you know, with
Yeah.
it in the movie universe, and then like with Krypton, and then I don't know, with like Smallville, I couldn't give a crap if we didn't see Doomsday for like 10 years.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay,
any
so
kind of live action stuff.
I want to go back to what I was talking about earlier with the whole like created villain or whatever. Other than Deathstroke, I think most people would agree that Prometheus is like the best Arrow villain, you know, other than Deathstroke being, you know, season 2.
Hmm.
That's
Um,
true.
And he's a completely created character for the series. I honestly think the more diverse the villain is from the comic books, the better it could be for the show. So I kind of hope that we get some villains eventually that aren't just direct rips from the comic books. And that's, I know it's crazy for me to say that, but I mean, they do such a bad job with their direct translation sometimes.
No, I completely back that as well. Makes sense.
Yeah, Prometheus is my favorite Arrow villain. So I
Plus,
think
as
he's so
well,
good.
with introducing, you know, people like the Thinker or stuff like that, people are never going to be happy. People are going to be happy. But with a created character, you can't really complain unless, you know, you're just finding
Unless
it
he's
boring. You
terrible.
can't say, oh, this isn't how it's supposed to effing be. Oh, what the F is this, you know? And the speculation is pretty awesome as well in terms of making videos with created characters like
fun.
Prometheus. Or, yeah, and just as a fandom in general, like people like, what's he going to do?
Somebody's talking about Krypton in the chat. I stopped watching it because the first 1978 Superman movie spoiled it for me when I found out that Krypton explodes. So there's no reason to watch the rest of the series.
Yeah, I actually
What the hell did
I
you...
actually really liked season 1. I thought it got better and better as it went on.
I was enjoying it, but I stopped roughly halfway through. But that's just through a backlog of TV shows, and I couldn't really cover it on my channel anymore. But the fact, I did it get better, Ben? I can't remember if you finished.
I think it got better and better.
Yeah,
I
I felt
liking
like
the
it
characters
was
a lot,
barely going up,
and I
but
feel
it was
like
a steady line.
I'm so happy that it got season 2 because if it cut off there, because you're starting to really get into these character storylines, and I feel like they should have had a bit more episodes, like 4 more episodes or something. But
Adam Strange was the best thing on that show for me.
I loved him. He's so good. But the thing is, talking about like Doomsday and stuff, Zod is a character that I really don't like. Okay, I don't like him, but the Krypton TV show did something that I really do like, and I like his character, and he's made me like Zod a lot more. So I don't know, but yeah.
I just like how, for once, lighter Zod, a person of the Zod family, isn't a complete arsehole.
Yeah. Okay, try and find some more questions.
People are saying they think Alex is going to be Batwoman because the fact that she's a lesbian.
Or like somehow Maggie is going to be involved
Could
with
be Maggie.
Batwoman beforehand, and it's just like, no.
I think
get
they
it,
should
but I
bring
don't.
back. I think they should bring back Maggie if they're going to do Batwoman, or at least reference her in
The thing
some
is,
way.
They've never. She would have had to have commented saying, "Oh, I've been with this woman before, who's pretty tough as nails or something." But like, no, like if they suddenly, you know,
I would love to see. I'm going to do a video on 5 reasons why Iris West Allen should be Batwoman. I think that's going to be one of my videos as well.
As well as the.
I still can't get over.
as
By
well
the way,
as
it's
Felicity.
just a side comment when Barry said, "Oh, you don't have to give back the powers if you don't want."
Oh my
Like,
God,
what?
yeah.
What are you
Yeah,
on
how did that
about?
make you feel? How did that make you feel,
What?
Pagey, in that episode?
That was
think I
just
brought it up.
stupid. What if she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna keep him," because it's like you don't have to feel bad or something. I was just like, "What the actual hell, dude?" Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, another
That was-
season 4
that was
complaint here.
stupid. Yeah. I think we all know that was a stupid moment.
Yeah.
There's any need to really dive too deep into it. It was
So
stupid.
Ben, how do you feel about Melissa on Broadway? You going to go see her? Are you buying a ticket?
Hopefully, if I can, but you know it's
Oh.
expensive.
Fly all the way over.
Yeah. I like New
Does
York.
Cara Monel get married in season 4 because Barry and Iris got married in season 4? What do you think about that, Ben? Is Caramel going to be married
And Alyssa
confirmed
T
in
got season 4. So is Sarah and Ava going to get married next season as well?
Yeah.
Always a big wedding in season 4. It seems. Yes, it's definitely going to happen. No, it's
The
going
reason
to be
Pagey's barely
Supercorp.
talking,
Supercorp marriage next
It's like
season.
7 in the morning for him.
6:20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was up at like 5:15. So
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who don't understand that Lena and Samantha are definitely going to get together, and they're going to be a couple.
Some people are asking,
Interesting.
rank your Flash seasons. What would you guys say? Your ranking?
In the exact order they were released.
I would
That's how
say,
I'd
yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4 for me personally.
1, 2, 4, 3.
Best to worst.
I'd say I'm sort of tying with season 1 and 2. Apart from season 2 ending wasn't that good, but I really like Zoom and stuff that happened. So I would say 1.
Actually, I'm going to change my order.
1 and 2.
I'm going to change my order. Mine's going to be 2, 1, 3, 4. I think 2 had stronger episodes in season 1.
Mine's.
I need to rewatch 2 because a lot of people say that, and I
love
just keep
2.
thinking, but season 1 Reverse Flash story was just incredible. For
Mine's.
me. But I
yeah,
can't
I don't know.
remember much of.
Mine's
2.
2 and 1 joint first, and then season 3, then season 4. That's mine.
I was saying rank Arrow.
Rank Arrow. What would you guys rank Arrow then?
Oh, gosh.
Uh,
Paige, you go first.
A little bit hard.
2, 5, 1, 4. 2, 5, 1. Oh no, we got season 6 now, so it's 2, 5.
I need to think about that.
1, 6, 3, 4.
2, 5, 1, 6,
I'd
3.
say season 5.
Season 4 is always going to be last.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
season
sure.
5 was my favorite. And I'd say season 1, and then season 2, and then season 6. No,
Pagey's triggered.
wait, I forgot about 6. Yeah. God, I'm getting confused now. But
Yeah, I would say-
season 4's the worst.
Yeah, I was going to say, for me, it would be 2. I think 2 was the strongest total season, but I think 5 had the strongest ending. So I'm going to say 2, 5, 1. Then
Yeah, I keep
2,
forgetting
5,
about the
1,
first half of
6,
season 5.
6, 3, 4. That's
Yeah,
mine.
Yeah, it's mine as well. Yeah.
Mine goes.
Because
5.
the only reason season 2. Yeah, I'll let Ben go.
Yeah. Okay. Mine goes 5, 2, 1, 6, 3, 4. That's how mine goes.
Yeah, so basically just the reason I think season 2 is better than season 5 is because the flashbacks are better. Because I think the modern day story is like on
Forgot
par,
about 3.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
but then the
And I
flashbacks
actually
season
think-
2 are much better.
And I actually think Deathstroke, in my opinion, has shown to be
The
I mean,
character.
he's still around, so he's a better, I think, long-term villain than Prometheus was. If Prometheus was still alive and could come back, I would say that season may go up in quality for me. But
I think if I rewatch season 5 as well, the first half I think would be a bit more enjoyable for me, knowing how much more I like those characters now. Because at the beginning I was so unsure about it. I really, really didn't like Wild Dog. Curtis was just annoying for me. But now
I hate
like
Wild Dog. I hate that character.
I really like Renee now. I couldn't stand how he just spoke back and questioned Oliver about everything. But then
I like him a lot
and then
more.
Curtis got a bit more likable because he wasn't as like confuffly all the time. He
Suit
got a
up.
bit more confident. So yeah, if I go back watching it, knowing that those characters get better.
Yeah.
So somebody said the Legends rate
Mine
the
goes-
Legend
mine goes
seasons, and I'm
3, 2,
exactly
1.
the opposite. 3, 2, 1.
Mine goes
It's 3, 2, 1 for Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. 3, 2, 1.
Gets better every time.
Rank Black Lightning, seasons of Black Lightning.
Oh,
it's
I
season.
did really like season 1's captain.
That's a tough one.
I did kind of like season 5 for Black Lightning. That was pretty good. I'm not sure. I'll have to rank that later.
62 was pretty bland, but
The reason why I don't like Curtis is Curtis to me doesn't have a defined, like, he's literally just a male version of Felicity. That's how I see it.
Yeah. So.
and I feel like no matter what, I know you can be trained, but sometimes, and I guess I have to keep in mind with the amount of time that goes in between episodes and just multiple episodes. But if you got, I don't know, the Green Arrow really teach Curtis to be a badass fighter with all of this stuff within a click of a finger? I feel sometimes it has been a couple of years, I suppose, but
I tend
I
to
feel
use
like
the excuse that he was they use the excuse that he was like a decathlete or something.
Yeah,
That's
what
why
was
I
that?
don't know if that makes sense,
Like
but
so.
anyway.
Yeah.
That also reminds me of Laurel's accelerated canary training as well. It's just, I guess, plot, force. It's like Oliver was believable because he had like years and years of 5 years in the hills.
That's one of the things that's annoyed me about Arrow, though, is that has had all that training, but then people come along with like basic street fighting skills and they can fight against him. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I found it a little bit weird how Diaz could just like pretty much shred him a lot for a lot of the time.
My hope is that Diaz trains with the longbow hunters, and then going into next season, he actually gets some honest training and maybe uses some weapons instead of guns.
Yeah. Quickly, just thank you for Robo for donating via super chat. That means a lot. So let's quickly move back to some more questions. I guess how long
Okay.
do you guys want to go on for? I can go on for a while longer if you want.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm fine for now.
Yeah. So keep on
Pagey probably
answering your
wants some
questions.
breakfast.
Paige's probably eating breakfast right now, aren't you?
Shrimp on the barbie right now. Probably.
I'm imagining eating breakfast.
Did you say shrimp on the Barbie? I can't even.
Well, we don't say that. We don't call them. We call them prawns. We don't call them shrimp. The whole shrimp on the Barbie is a lie by tourism. No one calls them shrimp down here. So it's prawn on a Barbie or prawn cocktail and stuff like that.
We got a good question.
So-
cocktail.
We got a good question here, guys. Do you think they'll introduce Barry Allen to the Flash?
Oh God.
Do you think? Could be.
I don't know. Maybe when Godspeed's introduced, maybe
Yeah.
they'll do it then.
I think that's the backdoor way to introduce Barry. Okay, we got a super chat.
super
Thank you,
chat.
Doug. So the super chat says, "What is the saddest death in the Arrowverse?" I think Axel the Rat. What do you guys think? Saddest
Yeah, well,
death.
That's
What
what
actually
call me
made you
off guard
like
the most.
feel the most emotions? You know.
That's,
Even
I think
maybe
Axel the
tear
Rat. It caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it. That's why I was like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
but apart from that, I know what Ben's answer is going to be. It's obviously going to be the absorption or the takeover of Ralph Dibny.
Oh yeah.
I could tell in Ben's review
Go
that
on.
he was holding back the tears.
I was.
Um,
I honestly can't comment. Apart from,
I've got an answer.
I remember Henry Allen was doing that was really
Yeah.
unexpected at the same time. No, it wasn't because obviously he was just standing there. But I was like, no.
I've got an answer.
So-
I thought, you know what? I didn't
Martin
really
Stein,
like
yeah.
Iris that much in season 3, but I actually genuinely was shocked that they actually killed her, but it obviously wasn't her. But at the point, I was like, what the fuck? And then also Stein.
No,
I actually
did you
cried
really
at
believe
Stein.
that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I
didn't
in
believe
tears
it.
for
It was.
Stein, so I'd actually say
I didn't
Stein.
believe Iris's death. It just shocked me that they actually potentially went through with it at that point. Plus, it was the middle of the night.
Yeah. No,
But
for
Martin
me, I'd say
Stein.
Stein /
Yeah.
Henry Allen with Zoom. That was pretty rough.
I would say for me, it's probably Stein. But honestly, this is going to be a little weird, probably because I don't know if it actually counts or not. But I'm kind of sad if you go back and you watch season 1 of The Flash, that we never really got to know the original Harrison Wells, other than a couple of
Oh, yeah.
scenes.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
then he was killed off. That's kind of unfortunate that happened. But Stein for sure. I was
Yeah.
legit.
I was
crying
legit
when I seen
crying.
him.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody asked why does you have Sam and Dean in your thumbnail, Pagey?
What?
What does that mean?
Sam and Dean
They were like, why the hell do you have Sam and Dean in your thumbnail in
in
your
your
latest
latest
video?
video.
Yeah, I
Was it
don't.
the
Maybe
act-
more as
Was it the
like
actor?
Sam from Supernatural. And
It
then
doesn't
the
look
guy
anything
looks a
like
bit
Sam or Dean.
I
It's
don't
the
know.
only comparison I can draw.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on there.
We've got another super chat. Thank you, Sue. Ben, how old are you? And when is your birthday? Ooh. Paige, you can answer that for you. How old am I, Paige?
And he might be 11 3/4 now, but
Yeah. Edging on that.
at the
We
time
have
of the
to water him a
controversy,
little
11
bit.
and a half.
We
You
have
know,
to make sure the scrap
according
goes.
to the West Allen fandom, Ben should not be on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm
That's
too
the
young.
that's the he's too young to be on Twitter. So
What's the age
Yeah.
limit? Like
I'll leave it
12?
there.
So,
12, maybe 15. It's probably the same one as Facebook's. Whatever Facebook's one is, I'm guessing that's the same as Twitter.
alright, so the official answer is I'm
So,
11 and a half.
yeah.
Nearly 3/4.
Yeah, I'm disappointed I didn't say 10 because then we could just call him Ben 10, like
Oh,
where the
yeah.
girl Flash fan just put in there. That'll be a good meme, Ben 10. But yeah, unfortunately we can't use that. Age limit is 13 apparently. 13 or 14, one of the two. Either way, you're too young, Ben.
Which thumbnail are they talking about? I just looked at your page. There's nothing on there that looks like Supernatural.
I don't know if it's just one
I
of
can
those
only think
comments
they're
that
taking a piss with the whole latest thumbnail being Sam and Dean. I have no idea, but that's the only thing.
Is that a meme? Like, is that a meme I'm unaware of or something?
I don't know.
Not too sure. Yep. I don't know.
Is there any other questions that are interesting? Ben doesn't age. That's why That's what the Speed Force does to him.
I am the Speed Force. That's the
Has
only-
anybody seen that meme of Wally with Nora?
No.
I think I shared it a while back about
Meme.
saying that they'd be the perfect couple or something like that.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Ah.
The hell? Is that like going to be a troll meme or is that like legit something?
No, there's a legit whole Reddit about shipping the two of them. I just don't
Oh,
remember.
wow.
I don't remember if it's like what the name of the Reddit was.
Hmm.
But it was created well before she revealed her identity, so I don't know if that's if it still stands or not.
I don't know. Not
We'll
sure
see,
about
we'll
that
see.
one.
Right.
Wally and Nora.
I think Sue wanted your legit age and birthday, Ben. That's why I think she actually wanted to know.
Well,
Well,
I can
we
tell
should
you,
pay
back
Ben,
for that,
ben,
yeah.
Ben is actually 17.
I
don't
can't
know when his
confirm
birthday
it.
is,
I can't
but he
confirm
is
it with my
actually
voice.
17, so-
I think he.
I was going to
this
say
is.
that we should give her a proper answer, obviously.
I think I'm pretty sure Ben might be able to confirm this, just because they have a strong connection. These two. I think
Yeah.
it comes down to them being born on the same day. I think his
Oh,
birthday
God.
is the same as Warstu's, so I think that's
I
the
knew that
connection.
was
So if you can get the birthday off Warstu, then you find out
Wait, is it for
Ben's
real?
birthday. Yes.
Yeah.
Is
Serious.
Ben disconnected again?
Hello.
Yep. Looks like we have the helm with the string
Hello.
voice.
Oh god, my thing's disconnected, guys.
Ben cannot
Look,
control.
he gave her a legit answer.
Reconnecting to the Discord again. Sorry, guys. Sue, I'm actually 17, just to let you know. I was born on Halloween.
Ben is 17.
Hello?
And
We
as for
back,
his
we
birthday,
back.
it's Halloween.
We can hear ya.
We good?
Yeah, we can hear ya.
Okay. Good,
Plus,
good.
he's immortal like Cicada, like Elijah
Yeah.
Cobbett just said.
I'm immortal. I'm from the Speed Force. I'm actually 10. I'm Ben 10. I'm actually a
What if
crossover
Nora
character.
Allen is Godspeed?
Oh. Could be.
Oh wow. That is with the whole theory of the wrist guards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Hayden absolutely hates me, and I don't know why.
He doesn't like me either.
Can you please
He
state
seems to
why,
think-
Mark?
He seems to think that I hate Supergirl when I've said nothing but really positive things about this season.
You
so
said
I don't know,
Rain's,
sure.
Yeah,
Rain's your favorite.
I think he got a mute on my channel, that Mark Hayden dude, because he was so triggered. by
Amethyst,
Yeah.
I will send you my patron info on Twitter, I guess, or either Instagram.
Keep on talking.
Susan,
one
thanks.
Thank you for asking.
October like Boba. Me and Ben are born in the same month.
Just
Complete
forget what
opposite
month
ends.
you were born in. Bro.
Yeah. Every year.
Oh,
New Wells.
New Wells
So,
equals
like,
Ben 10. Oh, that's interesting. Brainiac in season 4. I would love to have him back. I think he was one of my favorite characters this season on Supergirl.
I'm back.
Ben, do you think Brainiac would be good for season 4?
Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't bring the other Legion members back as well if they're bringing him back. So I hope for all of them.
I feel like
not
this is
just
meme
one.
chat now.
What
What if Zoom is Nora?
if Zoom is Nora? Zoom is Nora. No. What if Zoom is Godspeed but is actually Nora in disguise? That's what's happening.
what if Godspeed is an amalgamation of every character apart from Barry Allen on the show, and it's just some weird.
It's just him running around.
Earths and everything just merges
Yeah.
into one Earth. It's just Crisis on Infinite characters. Every character apart from Barry merges into Godspeed, and then it's basically
Yeah,
DeVoe times how many? Is it 6 billion people on planet Earth?
7.
There we go. And there's a story, and it's just them two.
You're a bit
characters.
old, Pagey. Catch up.
It says here, could Nora's mistake be anything to do with her twins, twins with someone. I'm not buying the twins theory. I know a lot of people have done videos about
The
it.
the twin theory basically got debunked. Like, if you watch the episode, you can debunk it straight away.
Yeah.
Well, there's
do you
multiple
mean?
things that basically just can't. Like the fact that you can tell she's acting.
Oh, like you mean just because she's older, kind of thing. I still like to think that she has a sibling, but we might not necessarily see.
Yeah.
him
Well, I
or
think-
her.
Well, one of the points I've seen is like, oh, they have to be comic accurate with a twin. I was like, well, as soon as you change it, the twin, it just goes away from the comic accuracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't
Well-
really debate the whole comic accuracy when you
It's
change it
another
after
thing-
heaps.
Partly,
I would-
kind of partly accurate.
I was gonna say I would buy a time remnant or a doppelganger before I would buy a twin. I just don't think
Yeah.
that's quite, you know.
Oh,
And also,
I-
a twin.
Are you
It
talking
also matters, like-
specifically about the haircut thing?
Oh, it's also the mannerisms as well, and the haircut as well.
Mm.
And also the fact that she's holding the notebook at the end
Yeah.
in that last scene.
That
you know,
notebook,
the
I
Speed
definitely-
Force symbols are being
It
written
seems
into.
like
I
everyone's like
definitely
brushed
believe
over
she's
that.
from the future.
What do you think the
I
notebook's
feel
gonna
like-
play in to
I-
season 5?
I felt like I was like one of the first ones to note it out in the video.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were.
And like
That's
I've watched
the
some
only
other
reason.
videos, like not like
That's the only reason.
yeah, I
why
watched some
knew.
other videos like I think the only thing is like people weren't like they didn't focus on the finale. The only reason I think I really noticed is because you know how you take screenshots for a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a perfect one of them standing in front. I was like, what the hell is she holding in her hand? I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's that
Yeah.
book that she was writing in. It looks a bit thicker, but I
Mm.
guess it's because
She's
in the other
written-
episode it was open, so you
Yeah,
can't really tell.
I guess.
See, I have a theory about the language in the book,
Hmm.
It's not.
and I
the
talked
Bo's
about it
journal
on
either.
Twitter briefly. Is what if the language that they're writing, the stuff that we've seen in the episode, what if that's the precursor to the predictive algorithm that Gideon uses to like keep track of time? Like,
That'd
what
be
if
really
that's
Could be. Or it's like
because
so
if you
Gideon's it's technically not placed in time, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gideon runs the algorithm based on that language, and that's how she determines what's going to happen and what's not going to happen.
That's
And it
a
seems like
pretty good
maybe,
idea.
um,
I like that.
maybe Nora is one of the people. Like they say that Barry created Gideon, but maybe Nora's
Yeah.
the one that perfects the language that Gideon uses to predict the future.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I guess the thing
would
that
be.
you got to wonder if they'll do it is if they bother with bringing Gideon back into it
Yeah.
or not.
Well, I mean, that would make the sense. That would make the most sense on how she screwed up because she was writing out the probabilities of what could happen based on what she was doing, and she screwed it up. And maybe that's what that language is, which is how the thinker was able to use that language to predict probability, which is where Gideon comes from. I mean,
That's a very good
seems like
idea.
it makes the most sense.
Do a video.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Oh, I
really
will.
cool.
If you're gonna make one, just say that I talked about it in the live stream. You know, give me credit, or
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you'll get called out on Twitter.
Yeah, you'll get popped.
You're gonna get popped.
So Sam says, no, sorry, Mark keeps saying about the last masquerade would be a good idea for the Flash episode 100. I'm personally not familiar with that, unless anyone can remind me.
I don't think I've read that. If I'm honest.
Let me quickly Google it. See if
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
can...
doing. Last Masquerade, DC.
I think isn't that a story from the '90s? Maybe I'm forgetting it.
I
But
can't
I believe
really
it's from
find
a while
it.
back.
There's
you got a super chat, by the way.
Alright, we'll answer that. I can't really find what that is. So maybe Mark, you want to explain it or something. Where's the super chat? Oh, there it is. Do you think Nora's older at the end of the season? Thank you, Ian. What do you guys think? Do
Yeah.
you think she's older?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think it's an older
I
version
agree.
of the one we met.
I talked
Yeah,
about this.
easily,
I
yeah.
think she's between those times. I think she's just hopping back and forth. Do you think, or do you think she's staying? I doubt she would
Yeah, I mean-
risk staying for that long. Do you?
So here's what I think. Since we didn't see her throughout the entire season, we only saw her in scenes. I believe she was going back in time, making little changes, running back to see what happened, finding
Yeah.
out that she didn't exactly get what she wanted. So she goes back again and does it again.
Yeah.
And that's why we only saw her in certain scenes.
Hmm.
So I think that's what was happening.
Yeah, I agree.
And also, the comment from the producer just also made it seem like she wasn't there throughout that whole period because he said like, "Oh, you'll find out once you travel back to those 4 specific points."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, okay, well, so she's traveled back different points." So
The thing is, how could she have impacted time too much? Because I know, like, anything you can do can have a ripple effect on anything else, but, like, unless there's stuff that happened off camera, like what could buying coffee for Ralph and Cisco do? Apart from
anything.
unless the big
Remember butterfly?
I mean,
effect?
she-
It can
I
do
think
a lot. It can do a
It's
lot.
just the theory of the butterfly. Yeah, just the
I
theory of the
think-
butterfly.
yeah.
Yeah, what I'm
'Cause
thinking is
also-
she interrupted things that were going to happen to keep them from happening, and I think that's
I
what she was
see.
trying to do.
Like, yeah, like
But the thing is,
Cisco.
I felt like she was more of an observer. Because think about the wedding and other things. I felt like
shit.
she just wanted to meet them, of course, but like she observed quite a bit.
Like I think if
and had
she
conversation.
wanted to be an observer, she wouldn't have gone out of her way to
meet them.
talk to Barry. Because she was specific. It's not like Barry bumped into her. Like she went over to Barry.
I just can't
And
imagine
having-
what could have been prevented.
And having speedster powers,
Yeah.
she could have observed without ever being noticed by anybody. So
That's very true.
I found out what the
I don't know what's
masquerade
going
thing is. So it's the Flash Volume 1, 275, and it is essentially what happens. This is what Mark thinks could happen for the 100th episode, and this is pretty harsh. Barry Allen and Iris West go to a masquerade party unwittingly, taking Clive York in.
Is it when Reverse Flash stabs her in the head?
Yes. And Barry's drugged unconscious and Iris is killed
Yeah, it's
by
when he
Reverse
fades to him,
Flash. Do you think it'll
Everyone
happen for
blames
the
it on,
100th
Correct.
If that was the 100th episode, everyone
That's not
would
gonna
riot.
happen.
There would be like the entire Twitterverse.
It'd be so
would
interesting,
die.
but it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But that was the whole thing. That was the whole. I thought that's what they were doing last season with the Saboteur thing. It was meant to be
Yeah.
this unexpected thing.
Mm.
The whole killing of Iris.
That would
Because
be
that whole thing
really
leads to like
iconic if
Iris from the future and the whole clone thing happening. And that's like modern day Iris.
yeah. What happens if we saw like an alternate version of her getting that hand through the head? Or was it a hand through the head? I can't really remember.
Yeah, Reverse Flash phased her brain and turned it to jelly.
Yeah.
Why was Nora avoiding Iris then? Somebody asked.
I reckon it's because in the future she said, "Don't time travel. It's not good."
Yeah.
And then, oops, I time traveled.
or because she doesn't want to take a chance on her not being born, so she was avoiding
True.
changing anything from her mother.
Yeah, because
Yeah. But she
seeing-
did almost have a distaste though, didn't she? So I always thought it's like they were maybe had an argument or something.
I
and
don't
that's
think it's-
one of the reasons why she traveled back, because she wanted to travel back for a specific reason. So every time she sees Iris in the past, she's like, "F you, man," kind of thing.
I think it's
I can think a bit
more-
either way.
I think it's more along what Pagey said at first. I think it's she told her not to time
Because when-
travel. She knows about Flashpoint
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I think that's the reason.
Had a bit
Because
of
when I was younger and I ever pissed off my parents, I'd be like, "Oh, let's just try and avoid them for as long as I
Yeah.
can
yeah.
before I have to cop a mouthful." Jesus Christ!
I can imagine like that face Iris gives as well, like just being the face she gave Nora.
It's like I don't know what you'd call it. Salty face.
Yeah,
what
it's
would you
just
call
like
it?
Iris does a very good salty face. I feel.
face,
You know
that's
what?
it.
Another thing is, has anybody actually gone back and watched all the Nora Allen scenes?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I've seen. I think I've just seen him a billion times.
Does
through
it
people
give
playing
any
them at the
more
beginning of
insight
the
based
videos.
on what we know now? Like after going back and
Really?
watching
I
them?
think in the first one, the wedding scene,
She holds her hand.
there's some lines there, and then
Barry
also the one with Ralph and Ralph and Cisco when she's talking about like infinite possibilities or something like that,
Also,
which is like hinting at time travel
yeah.
and
Also,
affecting the timeline.
Also, I noticed if you go back to the Caitlyn one, I think Caitlyn's about to reveal to Harry something about her Killer Frost past. Like, I know she hasn't found out by then, but she's gonna talk about something big to do with Killer Frost, and she interrupts that. So maybe that was on purpose. Maybe they cut that off on
Yeah.
purpose.
I was-
Maybe
yeah, I was-
Harry helped
I
her in
wasn't too
some
sure
way.
about that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna. I think I brought up in a video. I was like, "Oh, they're gonna like." I thought what they were gonna do there was like, you know how like the Flash always does something like they'll bring it up and then we figured out a solution. That was
Yeah.
gonna happen there,
I feel like
and then a Killer
What
Frost
about the
drink up
whole
on the
2024
table.
situation though?
still should
Barry
happen.
goes missing in Crisis, but if he would have punched the satellite by himself, how was that the future?
One of the
you know, the
theories
thing
is-
was always going to F him over with that satellite if
One-
Nora wasn't there.
One of the theories is that the past Dawn Allen was trying to stop something else from happening, but in turn caused the satellite thing happening,
Yeah.
which caused her having to get involved and stop Barry from punching it.
Yeah,
that's really solid. I
Yeah,
think,
that's what I was
because it's
thinking.
like,
Mistake that led to a mistake.
yeah,
Mhm.
and she tried to rectify that mistake, but yeah,
And that's like the thing with time travel. Like once you mess something up, something else is going to happen that you're going to have to try and save, and then it just keeps changing things like a domino effect.
Yeah, and then accept the ultimate consequence, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I made a video on like timelines and whatever, and I was like, so a lot of people were questioning whether the fact that that satellite would kill Barry. I think it could have potentially. We'll never know. But I think with her time traveling, I think she made a new timeline, and then in that new timeline, Barry was supposed to die, and then she had to change it again. But leading into 2024,
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know,
that's what I think.
I think it's still gonna
Yeah,
happen.
but then
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think it's saying like if Barry eventually died in her timeline, but it's like what was it like, on Legends? How you have like that time takes a while to set itself concrete.
Yeah,
so remember like Ray Palmer died and they had to go back and stop him from dying.
But here's the thing: we know that there's a Barry Allen in 2056. We know that already.
Yeah.
So even if he vanishes in 2024, that doesn't mean he doesn't come back at some point.
Yeah, but
exactly.
That version could be erased now. We don't know.
It could be. Yeah, absolutely. Because we're in a different timeline.
Some people saying that it defeats the point of the show, which I kind of disagree with. Like how apparently the show was built upon the 2024 storyline, and but they do say they want to reach supposedly.
I think they'll get there.
That.
Yeah.
Well, that 2024 storyline was only really important to Eobard based on what he was doing, and that was really the only point of reference they had to making sure Iris was still alive. Outside of that, I don't think it has much relevance.
Yeah, I feel like it isn't the heartbeat of the show. But
and it's the same. It's the same with the 2056 thing. Like that was literally just for the crossover. And then they tried to like make it connected to Savitar. And I was like, how is this connected to Savitar? I think that was just like a point that Andrew Kreisberg made to just try and make it more relevant than it was. But I was like, no, it was about the crossover and Barry doing something.
Okay, so to answer the question, how would Nora be born if Barry dies? I love these questions. So I talked about this on Twitter a little bit. Well, it's the showrunners. The showrunners tried to explain how Eobard is still alive after he was erased from existence by saying that the Eobard that traveled back in time that one last time always travels back in time in the Speed Force, and he's protected while he's inside the Speed Force. So if Nora realized she was being erased and went into the Speed Force,
yeah, perfect.
She's technically shielded from being erased.
That's perfectly logical.
Is there a new Black Flash? What happened about that? Like, why wouldn't the Speed Force be chasing Nora and things like that?
Agreed. Yeah,
agreed. But
why isn't there a new Black Flash after killing?
We don't know.
Technically, she did come back, of course.
You can't kill the Black Flash, so that Black Flash is still there.
Yeah,
that was another stupid thing about the end of season 3.
Maybe we'll see freaking Black Flash after Nora in season.
Also, you don't know
Black Flash is Godspeed.
Also, to do with Black Flash, we don't know if he's actually chasing Nora or not. He could definitely be chasing her or any of the time rapes, but we've only seen her in like really short scenes, so she still could be being chased. I don't know.
Yeah, I can actually imagine.
Maybe she's got a device. Maybe she's using some kind of tech that hides her from the Black Flash.
Yeah, she's from the future.
Or in Felicity
a similar way to that cube.
There we go.
I can't remember what it's called. You know that.
What was that, Pagey?
Or in Felicity are friends in the future.
Oh god.
All this tech.
And Curtis.
Connected.
Well, but if you think about it, Eobard was from much further in the future, and he still couldn't escape the Black Flash. So I don't know if that's possible.
That's very true.
True.
There's a lot of plot holes. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, if you poke at things too much, it's just gonna collapse, I guess.
Like, how does Nora Allen have both color of lightning trails?
Yeah, because that really bothers me, because it's like, who cares? Because she was the freaking Flash for like one day. Why does that mean that she suddenly has a bit of purple?
It shouldn't make sense. That's the whole thing. Like, I would have been fine if her lightning was just purple, but the fact it's mixed doesn't make sense.
It looks cool.
I've seen people trying to make sense of it, but it's like, it looks cool. But like, just make it purple. Just make it purple. I thought that would have made more sense.
This like speedness that will be in her is her father's. Like, at the end of the day, like, that's just it.
And you know what? Now it makes sense why they didn't mention the color in the episode, because they had planned on this big reveal with her at the end, which is just stupid to me.
Yeah, I just.
If Wynn dies at the end, I will die. Is Wynn supposed to die this season? I didn't.
No,
is that a thing?
He's not. He's not supposed to die. So we all good. Someone's
We'll
asked.
still be
what
doing
was I gonna say?
4-channel
Yeah.
cross. Peter says, "Well, how will the 4-channel crossover move forward?" You know, well, we're still just going to do them
Yeah.
through the break.
We'll
I
just
mean,
probably
it's
take
only-
questions, won't we?
Yeah, that's
Well,
probably what we'll do.
The next one's going to be mine, and it's going to
Yeah.
be like what, 2 weeks before Comic-Con, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we can talk about.
so we should have
trailers.
lots of
So,
news
that
by
would've
then.
And they would have started filming like literally around the time that we used to do it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be plenty to talk
Should
about.
be
It's just
sweet.
there's a bit of a Sahara desert for like a month, isn't there? Or
Yeah.
whatever.
But that's in August and stuff, like around there.
Yeah.
That's sort of just your dead season.
Wait, Ben is Godspeed? Confirmed?
Ooh.
Weather Girl Flash fan.
Could be. Could be.
Oliver made
Ben
a
is
very bad
Olicity, that's what
decision
Ben
on
is.
End of season.
When is the best character on the show besides John and Clark? Wow. That's a pretty big statement.
and triggered.
He was saying, yeah, when is not in next season.
So, Ben, are you being proved wrong here? Is your Supergirl knowledge being tested?
About what?
They're saying Win is not in next season. 2 people said that.
No, it's just because there was a casting list that has like what 5 people on it, and it's all leaks and nothing's really been confirmed. So I'm waiting. I'm not going to say anything to do with that, but waiting for official confirmation.
We haven't
There's no
talked-
reason why, but
What do you mean a casting list? So everyone that's meant to be in next season, he's not on there.
yeah, they put out a thing and they, well, it's a leak, and they said Jesse Raff is going to be a season regular. They're taking off, Win and stuff, but that's the leaks. But some of the leaks have been fake, so I don't know. I don't know what to trust.
We haven't
One
talked about
element of
Arrow
leaks?
much in terms of like how Oliver is going to actually be free of the end of what happened at the end of the season. Like, so
I
what
wonder
are
if
your
they're.
leading theories?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking they're going to adapt the Supermax story, right? Isn't that kind of what everybody's feeling?
Wasn't that
That would be-
the
Well, it's-
film
yeah,
one?
Take on
The
it.
thing is, how?
When they're going to
I
try and
just-
do
I
that
don't
film
know.
one?
The whole villain thing. They won't do the villain thing, I don't think. But I
What do
think
you mean?
I don't know. Well, no, the whole thing in that Escape from Supermax thing is that he teams up with villains to escape. So there's like Icicle. I think the Joker and Lex Luthor are meant to be in there. They don't help him, but they're like they have cameos, and they're meant to have cameos in that movie.
Yeah.
It's like Icicle, Pied Piper.
The thing is he actually really going to
someone
be
else.
on the run for? I mean, that'd be freaking awesome.
I'm hoping he is.
I hope
he
it's
is.
the
I
whole
hope that's how
season.
Roy Harper's
The
brought
thing
into
is,
it.
why can't Diggle just like when Felicity? I know maybe you could argue, oh, Oliver just didn't want to be broken out then, but they could just break him out, like just like that. I'm sure.
Mm,
I
know
think
it defeats the
something is
point,
going to
but-
happen while he's incarcerated that's going to cause him to go on the run.
yeah.
He's gonna.
Like,
he's gonna.
maybe-
I think he's gonna see something on TV or something.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Here we go.
I
I
think
need
maybe.
to protect the city.
I think maybe Ricardo Diaz is going to try to get somebody inside
Yeah,
to kill him. Probably.
Something
there
like
must be such an overwhelming thing that Oliver, sacrifices his family life, which he wants, and everything to the point where, the reason why he wanted to stay in Supermax, we already know that, but he's gonna have to think of the city. I think that's the only explanation, or like the
And
city must be screwed.
I'm thinking because Roy is going to be a big part of next season that we're going to get a split series. Like I think we're going to get like Team Arrow with all the side characters running this, doing the vigilante
that.
stuff,
That would be pretty.
and then
cool.
we're going to have Oliver and Roy doing their thing.
That would be pretty.
They really
sick.
set up Roy quite well, I think. The thing is, how is he going to be completely law free now?
Yeah, he's
because
fine.
of
He's
Oliver's
fine.
statement.
Seems to be. He's fine from the end.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough though because now that his identity has been outed, how could he ever be the Green Arrow again? That's the thing that's going to make
Yeah,
it
it's
tough.
like everyone's eyes are going to be on him again as well. Yeah. And the thing is, everyone technically, I feel like everyone freaking knows who everyone is on Team Arrow. Like even everyone who's in that courtroom, it's like, yeah, Diggle is this person. Like Dinah Drake is probably, the new Black Canary, blah blah blah. So it's like, why aren't eyes going to be on them all the time? But I guess plot holes and stuff. But maybe there will be. Maybe there will be a bit of
We
public.
We better get some sick prison fights with Oliver.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. I think.
I want him
this
to
is
get some
actually gonna be a
prison
solid
tattoos.
season.
I want him to get prison tattoos. That would be kind of
Yeah.
I'm really
like right
excited
across,
just
like
for them
across
to
his
talk.
forehead and stuff.
I love how
I'm really
we're now
excited for
going
them to
through it.
just talk about the tone of the season as well. If it's going to be pretty goddamn dark or something. What about William?
Oh,
I
We
hope
should get a
William
boarding
takes an
school.
extended vacation in Firedsville so he can get off the show. Because I can't stand that character.
I really
It just
don't
doesn't
like
work.
thing is-
It's another example of why I don't have kids on these shows because you have to force time with them. And just like,
Yeah.
well, what's the point? Like, it doesn't work.
The only thing I'm worried about is it really. I mean, as I said, unless there's a really cool story thing that makes Oliver change his mind. The whole so much of season 6 was obviously family based. I remember them talking about that before it even aired. And now, like, for him to like, I assume, which would probably happen, send William away. It's just really ruins a lot of the stuff they built in season 6. Even though all of us
Well,
kind of want that.
If you
It's just
think about
very-
it, William was the excuse for so many things that happened in season 6. Like, he was a plot device for so many things. Just, it was annoying.
Mm.
It kept Oliver very grounded, I guess. And I just can't. I don't know. I'm just thinking, will Oliver really be like, right, after everything I wanted in season 6, send my family away? I'm going to be like this. I don't know.
Well, here's a good... Amethyst has a super chat here, and it says maybe he's undercover for the FBI to take someone.
Yeah, maybe they actually need him back because they can't do it themselves.
The problem, though, is, like, the Green Arrow's identity is known now. Like,
Yeah, true.
how are they going to get around that? I don't understand.
I keep forgetting about that last shot when he looks in the camera. It's like,
Is he going to become Batman? Is that his new identity in season 7?
That's really true. I don't know how they're going to get around that.
No Green Arrow scenes. It's just
There's literally no way they're going to be like, oh, this person is the Green Arrow now. You know, all over it.
Sue says Pagey, Eric, Boba, and Ben should have a goatee contest.
I'm 11. Come on.
I can only basically grow a goatee barely, so.
Run, Ben. Just
Actually,
Yep.
what'll probably happen, honestly, is Oliver will just start wearing a alternate costume while he's on the run with Roy,
I think it would
and he won't go by Green
he'll
Arrow.
grow facial hair like Barry did in prison, but just a lot more, I think.
Yep.
It's
a
just,
lot.
I think,
I'm hoping he has the goatee. They said the goatee's
What
gonna
if he
be-
only has it for one episode? What if it's just the first episode and he shaves
Yeah.
it off?
it's
I
just,
reckon, you know what it's going to be. I know what it's going to be. It'll be that
What?
stupid intro, like, my name is Oliver Queen, then I'll zoom in and have he'll be, like, looking down at the floor in his prison cell, and he'll look up and he'll have the goatee.
yeah,
He'll
that's
be
very
looking down the floor, look up, have
I've
the
been in
goatee,
prison for 6
and then something will
months.
happen where he'll shave it or something.
Yeah, I've been
And
there for
now
like 7 months.
It's time
Legends
for
comes
me
back
to
before
shave.
the other shows. I don't know the exact date, though. Does anybody know off the top of their head the date of
October
Legends?
1st.
No.
October 1st, okay.
Yeah.
And then next week, Eric comes back, and
then
it's on the
Flash
same night as
after.
Legends, which I'm not happy about, but
And then Flash after the next
Our,
day.
I'll have to
our
deal with that, I guess.
review process is going to be so screwed up next season because we have
Yeah.
5 shows in 3 nights.
We're gonna have to pick and choose. You know?
It's going to be so hard.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to, I think for
I
shows that I'm
struggle
not going to
hard.
cover, I'm still going to like make theory videos on,
Yeah, yeah.
but I just can't do reviews, let alone, you know, or trailer
Yeah.
breakdowns.
I think theory videos are more fun for the viewers anyway. You can review the episode in 5 seconds if you're doing a theory video.
Yeah, I prefer.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
prefer theories and extra videos because you can talk
Yeah,
more.
exactly, yeah.
But
What I'm probably going to do, this
Yeah.
is a hot take,
ooh,
is I'm probably going to do reviews as live streams and then theory videos as my actual like release content.
Content, yeah. It's a lot more interesting. So I've tackled with the idea of giving up reviews like so many times.
Well, I
But
think doing
then
reviews
again-
as live streams, you can actually chat with people who can ask you legit questions while you're sitting there. You know,
Exactly,
the
yeah.
thing is,
Yeah.
I can't wake up at 2 in the morning and live stream.
The only thing is, just doing the only thing that slightly put me off it is it's a lot more effort. I feel with your channel. I mean, completely being theory based, news as well, and then even more theories. That's the reason what put me off it slightly.
Yeah.
Because I
So
just
Ben
couldn't-
says he can't wake up at 2 and do a review. Ben, you could just do it the next day. I mean, you don't have to do it immediately afterward.
No, no,
I mean,
no.
that's
That's
what
what
I
I
have to do
do.
as
I
well.
mean, as in live streams. That's what I meant.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah. Yeah, I feel
Do you
like I
think
need to treat
Batwoman
it
can
to
get
a
her
live
own
stream.
show? Yes, when
If he's
Felicity
good.
becomes Batwoman, she will definitely get her own show.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be her supporting cast? The supporting characters.
So Robin is going to be Iris. It'll be a female Robin.
Yeah.
And it'll be Felicity and Iris out in the city fighting the bad guy.
Barry
The
will be
Joker,
Alfred.
what is that? Who's going to be Alfred?
Barry, because he gets
Barry
told
will
to
be
do
Alfred.
everything these days.
Commissioner Gordon will be played by an alt-Earth version of Joe West. And then we'll have
I like that.
the Joker will be an alt version of Captain Cold. So Whitworth Miller will play the Joker. That actually would be kind of cool now that I'm thinking about
Mark
that.
Hamill.
Whitworth Miller.
Mark
Mick would be
Hamill.
Bane. Mick would be Bane.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Ah.
What is this? Like, people have been bringing Bane up a lot lately. Is he coming to next season of Gotham? Is that what's going on?
No, it's I wrote that down in my like video list today. It's like literally, I titled my working title was like why I can't remember what I freaking wrote down. It's like why I don't think Bane would ever work in Gotham because I get asked about it all the time, like Bane this, Bane that, and I couldn't imagine Bane on the Gotham TV show. It just wouldn't work.
Pagey,
Even like a prequel version, because they teased Viper in the show, which was really cool, and I said definitely I would like to see maybe a Venom version of it, but yeah.
Hashtag unpopular opinion. I think Ralph should join Team Supergirl.
Yeah. I don't know if
I think
as
I'd
much
kill
as
myself.
I really like serious Ralph, like the Ralph we got in the end, I don't know how much I want him throughout the whole of next season.
Can you imagine the fun antics we would have with Supergirl and Ralph out on the field together?
God.
Oh, God.
I might
Pagey,
just...
what do you think about that?
I'm gonna go jump out my window. BRB.
Yeah, I think Ben might close his channel.
Wait a minute. I've got it now. What if Mon-El has to leave and they need a new love interest for Kara? So
And
they
I put
bring over
Ralph
Ralph,
Dibny.
and Ralph Dibny becomes the new boyfriend for Kara.
He better be twitching his nose when he kisses her. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. Well, I mean, that would be the perfect blend of the two of them.
It would be amazing.
I'm trying to think what you could call their ship name.
Raska.
Super elongated girl. I don't know.
Super
Super
elongated.
girl.
Superman.
But
Superman.
Ralph could be
Superman.
Kara's new cape.
What if Lena becomes like her brother and has like a mech suit that she can fly around in like her mom wore?
And shaves
would
her
that
hair
feel?
off.
Yeah, that would be cool.
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream now, if that's all right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We've been
thank
going
you
a nice
all
time.
for tuning in. Thank you for Boba, Eric, and also Alex, Pagey for tuning in and helping in the stream. So next month we're gonna have it on Alex's channel, right, Pagey?
Yeah, roughly in a month.
Yeah, roughly around then,
Yeah,
before
we'll let you
Comic-Con. Something like that. All right, thank you guys so much for watching.
Past your bedtime.
Yeah,
Past your bedtime, Ben.
time for bed.
The chat is getting involved.
Okay.
Enter in the chat.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming to the stream, and we'll see you in a month or so on Pagey's channel. So, yeah, goodbye.